Hey, it's Temestral, pickup truck plus SUV talk, and if you follow this channel, you know my passion is trucks and SUVs. If that's your passion too, hit subscribe, click the bell, and smash the like button. We're talking trucks. Trucks are awesome. This is a 2020 Ford F-150 in the Magna Red. Like I said, it's an XL, which is the base trim level they offer, and it's got the STX package, so it's got a little bit more, some badges and tires and things. What makes it really exciting, is it's not a Platinum and it's not a King Ranch, or not any of the higher trim level trucks. And higher trim level trucks, I'm telling you, I'm excited about this truck because I don't get to drive these very often. It's very rare for me to have a truck like this, and I thank my friends at Fremont Motor here in Scottsbluff for letting me have this truck for an hour or so, drive around with it. It's got some really interesting things to talk about inside the cabin and exterior wise. This has the 2.7 liter with a 10-speed. And talking to the sales manager briefly before I took this truck, he was saying this here, right here, is becoming the go-to truck for a lot of commercial operations. Yeah, they like some of the convenience factors with it. So let's go ahead and check this out, and I'll tell you more about it. Okay, let's first start. I'll do a walk around here. I'll kind of hold my camera, and you can see XL. So what you're going to see different here is you're going to see a lot of black. So there's a lot of black. So a lot of the higher trim levels have a lot more chrome, but in this case we have a blacked out grille, and I really like the way the Ford stands out. That logo is nice and bold, and it really, I think, looks really great in this Magma Red color. And so I was surprised. It's not a white truck, which I totally anticipated. Oh, we have an engine block heater here as well. Yep, engine block heater for here in the winter in Nebraska is a very nice feature. Come around the side, we have the larger tires. I want to get the sticker. I want to make sure I get all my facts correctly, but I want to show you the side. That's kind of what it looks like in the shadow, right? So let me get around here, because this is the sunny side over here. And here you can see that same Magma Red in the sunshine, right? And so STX package, I have a crew cab here. Again, you'll notice I have just black plastic door handles. Again, difference between that and the King Ranch or Limited. You're gonna have we're gonna have the plastic here, plastic there. I keep wanting to say Platinum for some reason. STX badging in the back, and I'm gonna come around the back. Sorry, I gotta step on the snow, but. Here's our backside. We have the F-150, it's the standard tailgate that's got the stamped in there. And then in the back, as I drop this, I'll talk about that in a minute. But we have the just the standard box, no spray and bed liner. So that's kind of what we have going on here. Inside the truck, I'm going to do a quick inside, kind of show you. I just have a cloth seats inside, right? Just base cloth seats. And then you still have plenty of room. You can see my bag over there, but plenty of room back here. I do have some USBs back here, which is nice. Got two USBs back there. I have the cigarette lighter, and I have vents back here, which is really nice as well. On the doors, I'm going to have, again, more plastic, which I'm okay with. Again, that's the difference between the higher trim level and this, is higher trim level will have some leather wrapping in here. This is just a plastic. You know, there's no fanciness. You see the same design in the King Ranch, but you have a little more design in here, a little more luxury features. Come around over here to come inside, right? So just power windows. I got power locks. I have the center console. And I have some differences here, but I'm going to hold off on that. Hold off on that for a second. I'm going to tell you more about those differences because I think it's very fascinating what's going on here. But I want to talk about the sticker. So let's talk the sticker first. So again, F-150, right? 2020, four-wheel drive, Super Crew, Magma Red, gray interior with black, 2.7 liter V6 with a 10-speed. Daytime running lights. There's kind of your exterior features, lock removal tailgate, auto start, stop technology, dynamic hitch assist, and all this different stuff going on. Coming down here, we have the options. It's an XL series, but we have power equipment. So the power equipment group, he told me was people like that quite a bit. There's some features in there I'll talk about in a minute that really go with that. We have Ford Pass, we have the 4G Wi-Fi, cruise control. Optional, we have the 2.7 liter. We have the 355 rear end, which is different optional. Interesting. I thought that was standard. No, 335 is 333 standard. Excuse me. 355. We have the color coordinated carpet, engine block heater. We have the Class 4 hitch. This is STX appearance package, and that's the larger 20-inch tires. We have the Sync 3 system, rear window defroster, machine aluminum with flash gray package that's on the wheels. Manual driver lumbar, privacy glass. The privacy glass in the back comes tinted. All this comes tinted. That's part of the STX package. And we have the STX Sport cloth. So the cloth is an increase, $295 with the STX cloth. Base price $38,545, options $7,000. You're getting a dealer destination $1,500. There's an XL mid discount and an STX appearance discount, so $2,000 in savings, brings it to $45,000. As far as EPA, by the way, too, 20 city, 18 or 20 combined, 18 city, 23 highway. So there are your features on this truck. Now remember, I was going to come back to this. I'm coming back to this tailgate because I think this is really interesting. A lot of times I get the fully loaded trim levels, and the fully loaded trim levels comes with all the bells and whistles. And one of the key parts that I've noticed that Ford has done lately, is on the Ranger as well as this, is when you go down trim levels, well, you get the slam tailgate, which I find interesting because I think that's not a feature that would cost too much money to add to these. And I tell you what, I know I get made fun on this channel quite a bit about this, but that dampened tailgate does make a difference, and I think it's just for consumer convenience aspect makes a difference here as well. And what's interesting here is when you put the tailgate down, there's no tailgate ladder that comes down. That Ford's they get the thing comes out of the tailgate. So that doesn't happen there either. So I think it's really interesting that this base tailgate and base bed, no bed liner, no dampened tailgate, and no easy access to bed. I don't have bed steps. I don't know a way to hop in this bed any easier. And a $45,000 truck, well, maybe I'd expect that. All right, let's go ahead and hop in. I want to show you a couple things before I get too much further. There is the interior. Now, I want to take a closer look at a couple things in this. Let me see if I can't. I need to. This is interesting. This is the first interesting thing is that I have a key. I'm trying to get the sun glare out of my head. I have a keyed ignition, which I find fascinating because I've driven Ford trucks for a while now, and in the higher trims, you have a keyless ignition. You just have a push button, which is about right here. And so here we are in the lower trim. You have a key, and so it's not that big of a deal. And some people still like the keys quite a bit, and so that's just something to think about as a customer, that Ford still builds a truck with a key. So we'll put the key in here. We'll turn it over here. And I'll turn my radio off here before I get copyright. Turn it off before I get copyright laws going after me from YouTube. Another thing I want to point out here is we have a column shifter. I had thought that Ford went away from these and had done the console shifter, which is right here. This is typically the console shifters in this place. But we have a column shifter here, which I think is great because it opens up a little more room down here, and you have just a lot more room right here. So, you're trading off here from the console shifter. You lose the storage space. For the column, I have no problem with the column. I think columns are great. So I thought there was a really interesting difference there too, as far as between the two trucks. And so we have the same kind of setup. Now the power equipment group, that's that extra trim or extra price, does give me power windows and power locks, and it does give me the Sync 3 screen as well. That's another option too. And it's just a bigger screen. It's easier to see. What's important about it though is I get the backup camera, which a lot of fleet managers and a lot of consumers and commercial customers as well really like this backup camera. It makes backing up a hell of a lot easier than what it has in the past by looking in the mirror and trying to figure out where stuff's at. Because the mirror doesn't show so much because trucks have gotten so tall. And this is really handy, especially for backing into a spot or backing into a trailer, hooking up a trailer. Over here in the column shift, I should point out too, is I have the drive mode button too. So that's interesting. It's all together, and I can shift gears here. So it's a pretty handy. I got quite a few features here on this drive mode. Over here I have the typical, this is the cruise control. This is to change the settings in here and check fuel economy. I was just playing around with that. This fuel economy is going to be way off what the sticker says because, well, it's just driving around the lot and everybody drives really fast as a rule. But we have, different towing status. I do have those options there. If I want to go ahead and put my trailer in, my trailer options, I have trailer sway control. I have connection checklist, so I can check, make sure I get the right connections and make sure I do all the right towing. Just a nice little guide they put in the system here. I do have an off-road button. I do have the departure kind of angles and the approach angle, so I can see what's going on with my off-road, which is a really nice feature as well. Come over here. Let's go settings, pre-collision. I can do different settings as far as whether active braking is on, pre-collision's on, alert sensitivity. So if I need to turn that stuff off, if I'm towing something or if I'm doing something different, if I'm towing this with something else being towed, I can change that stuff going on, and I can do different settings with the truck. And so coming over here, this is your typical display mode, and I have mile per hour, Oh, I got to go down. Yep. Engine idle, trans temp, which is really nice when you're towing to know what exactly your temperature is for your transmission. Distance to empty, and tire pressure all the way around. So really nice kind of features there. And again, what you're seeing here, what's interesting is you're seeing a lot of plastic, a lot of black plastic in here, versus the higher trim levels would be, well, just fancier. And coming over here in the cabin, before I get too much further, you can see just the two-tone color, which I like. It's a dark versus the lighter tan. And again, it's all hard plastic. Everything is hard plastic. On the doors, it's hard plastic. Here, it's hard plastic too. This has got a little bit of give to it, so it's not soft, but it's got a little bit more give than what you expect. Again, hard plastic, which is fine. Over here, we have light controls, and then I'm going to look in here for our center storage. And I have center storage. I have a pretty good amount of storage space in there. Plus, I have a connection for a cigarette lighter adapter. And I have additional 2 USBs up here, and I have the 2 USBs in the back. So I come over here and I have my 4-wheel drive buttons there, and I have this, like I said, this Sync 3, you can kind of just flip through this pretty fast. And it's a pretty nice system. You have quite a few apps on there, and it just kind of goes quickly. 911 Assist is also part of the upgraded power equipment package, and so Bluetooth as well. So a lot of stuff that, well, I know there are extra features, but people just seem to like these days, especially consumers as well. There's an auto start-stop button that turns the engine on or off at stop lights and stop signs when you're stopped. And you can manually control whether you want that feature on or off here. And we have traction control over here. And then I have a little nice bay up here for storing some stuff. I can put some glasses or binoculars if you're hunting, or work items like your tape measure and stuff. You can throw it up in there as well and have additional room. Got some lights here. The Bluetooth mic is there. And just, yeah, overall a pretty big cabin, pretty wide cabin. You know, you're definitely fitting plenty of guys back in here. That's for damn sure. All right, this is a 2.7-liter EcoBoost engine. It's one of, I think that's 6 or 8 different options for this truck. So we have a 2.7-liter, we have a 3.5-liter, 3.3-liter inlet or V6. The 2.7 and the 3.5 are both EcoBoost. There's a 3-liter diesel. There's a 5-liter Coyote, the V8 engine. So yeah, I think 6. I think that's like a test. I was like on Jeopardy there for a minute. Let's go ahead and I'm going to flip the camera around and talk to you more about this engine and tell you more about where access points are, things I talk about in these reviews. So here you go. We have windshield wiper fluid, which is in a great spot right next to the tire. Easy access. Boom. Right there. Battery right there, which is great as well. I got antifreeze there. I'm checking for the oil. Let's go find the oil. Come over here. I have the air cleaner here. I have power steering there. And oh, I got oil. Dipstick is way back in there, which frankly, I'm not going to be able to reach that. There's no way I can reach that, and there's no way I can get that. So I'm going to need a ladder to get back there to get those two things. And what's interesting is this is the sound of the engine. I'm going to shut up for a minute. You can hear it. And boy, it's got a little bit of interesting tick to it, which is normal. This is nothing wrong with this truck, nothing wrong with this engine, and it just is pretty quiet. So let me go ahead and shut this hood. Which you'll notice I have no sound dampening here. A lot of these higher trim levels have sound dampening in here. There's no sound dampening. So this is what's going to sound like when you buy this truck or you have it. So there it is. That's what it sounds like. Okay, out on the road here with this 2020 Ford F-150, we have the 2.7-liter EcoBoost engine, like I said, with a 10-speed. One of the things that's interesting with this engine and transmission combo is how much power it has, how much more fun it is to drive. I've driven the 3.3 before, the V6, and that's got like a 6-speed, I think, is with it. And it's just okay. It's just an alright truck. That's like a Home Depot. But if you're going to buy a truck, this is more what you're going to buy. It's still fun to drive. You still get pretty good fuel economy. Like I told you on the sticker, it's 20 combined, which is pretty good for a crew cab pickup with a 5-foot bed. I'm still got plenty of power off the line. I don't hunt for gears. Don't worry about that stuff at all. It's a very smooth transmission. You can still tow 9,000 pounds. Now that is with like a regular cab, 8-foot bed. With this crew cab configuration and the gear ratio, I'd have to look that up. I'll maybe put that number below if I do look it up, because it's going to vary. You're probably going to tow with this truck about 6,000, 7,000 pounds, but that's plenty for a half-ton truck in a commercial operation. I don't see you towing much more than that. Inside the cabin, I'm talking to my normal voice. It's pretty quiet in here. You know, it sounds pretty good. I can hear a little more road noise than I could, like, say, in the higher trim levels. I feel a little more road vibrations. I can feel those are some rumble strips. You can feel those rumble strips a little bit more. You can hear them a little bit more. You can hear the hitting the tire, hitting a pothole or something a little bit more than you would, like, again, in the higher trim levels. But frankly, it's not that big of a deal. It's no issue there at all. I don't have concerns about that being. So here, I have a stop sign. I'm going to stop. I'm going to hit the accelerator, put the foot down. So, I mean, I'm still like, head is back in the seat. I mean, that's pretty impressive. And this little 2.7 liter turbocharged engine. I mean, it's crazy how small this is with the turbo, and I still get put back in my seat. A couple other interesting things I've noticed is that the steering wheel not only tilts, but it telescopes as well. So if you're a taller guy, you want to sit back in the seat more, or shorter guy who's got short arms like I do, it's nice to have that steering wheel come back to you a little bit and give you that more comfortable driving position. I've also noticed with this is I do have manual driver lumbar. I have a dial I can turn, and I have the little bar that I can move the seat back and forth with. I have no power seat in this. And I think it's interesting because I'm sitting up higher than would normally sit, and again, the higher trim levels. I'm sorry to keep going back to that, but it's interesting, the driving position in the stock truck, I'm sitting up even higher than I think I normally would. And so that's a very interesting thing to have a difference. Overall, though, man, I love this Magna red color outside. It looks great in the dark, in the shade, and it looks great in the sun. It's a very comfortable driving pickup, and again, it's pretty quiet in here. I think they're very competitive in this price point and in this price range for this kind of truck for what consumers are buying. You know, the average transaction price of a full-size truck these days is about $48,000. Well, this is like $45,000. So this is the average half-ton truck. And again, talking to that sales manager, he said this is what consumers and commercial customers and businesses are buying, because you do get some of those creature comforts, you do get a little bit nicer seats, you do get the backup camera, you get the Sync 3 system, you get power window, power locks. I mean, that is really happening today in the work truck world. I've been talking to other brands as well, and they've been starting to put standard power windows and power locks because, well, it's nice, and consumers seem like they want that, and business customers seem like they want that as well. So overall, it feels planted. It drives straight down the line. I mean, no steering wheel input, and I'm driving dead center. It's not pulling either way. It's just a pretty smooth driving pickup. Oh, there's a semi next to me. It's a pretty smooth driving pickup, and enough power, enough acceleration to do what I need to do, and good fuel economy. So overall, I'd be pretty satisfied if I was a customer shopping for this. Now, yes, I have my Timisms. Timism number one is I can't reach the damn dipstick. Well, that's a little annoying. Timism number two, I can't put oil in the truck. Well, that's a little annoying too. Timism number three is the tailgate. I don't understand why dampened tailgate is such an option these days. I kind of thought that was a thing, and then now it's not, so it's a little surprising to me. Number four, no spray and bed liner. I kind of think I should get that in this price point. And, that's about it. I don't really have a whole lot else. I mean, yeah, I don't have heated seats, don't have cooled seats. You can argue about that all day long. I don't have a sunroof. Maybe you want one, maybe you don't. Some people like those, don't. No, I really don't have much else to complain about. I find it really interesting that at 45, I have a column shift and I have the keyed ignition. You know, it's really interesting to me. But hey, that's what they're doing, and that's what I think it's fascinating driving these other trim levels that I don't get a chance to drive very often, and kind of seeing what you guys are shopping for out there. So hey, leave me some comments below. Let me know what I screwed up, because I'm sure I screwed some stuff up. Let me know what you hate my channel or you love my channel. I love hearing that stuff. Trust me, I do. Make sure you follow us on pickuptrucktalk.com. The three words again, Pickup Truck Talk, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. One more shout out for my friends at Fremont Motor here in Scottsbluff. I'll put a link in the description, the comments down below. I'll put a link in the comments. I'm trying to say it correctly. I'll put a link in the comments to check out their website. They sell quite a bit of Ford trucks. They have a big dealership here in Scottsbluff, which is my home area. So I'm giving them a lot of props. Thank you so much for letting me drive this truck.